two 16,000 square foot buildings on the Somerset campus, and one is dedicated to adult women and their children.
We have an 8-bed residential here, so there are 8 moms. Some of the women have lost custody of their children and are working to reunify with them.
I first came to CGE on June 26, 2017. I entered the residential program.
Clients that come in are homeless. Their primary diagnosis is substance use disorder, and they've all been through significant trauma. So they all have a trauma piece, and they all are mothers, and they're all mothering young children, at least one young child, 5 or under, or they may be pregnant.
Attachment forms the blueprint for how we see ourselves, others, and the world. So the way that we learn who we are, what our self-worth is, how effective we can be in the world, and whether relationships are safe or not, all forms within the attachment relationships. And that starts during pregnancy and gestation. It is influenced by the birth experience itself. And then in the earliest moments, hours, days, and up to really the first 3 years after birth, that attachment relationship is critical for forming our blueprint of who we are and how we relate to the world and others.
I'm passionate about solid treatment. You know, I'm passionate about looking for ways to interface with women and infants and that attachment bond early, and to assist them in seeing how that, creates an environment for mitigating the pain that they feel. It's impossible to know how to attach and parent a child if you haven't had that experience yourself.
I wanted more than anything to live a successful, sober life, and I was finding it very hard to remain sober no matter how good my intentions were. And I didn't realize that it was the inside that needed to do the healing, and it wasn't so much the alcohol itself. And I found myself getting to my never would I ever point, which was relapsing while pregnant, which is the thing I hold most dear is children and pregnancy. And I knew I was very, very sick at that time, and something had to change.
That's what I think people are seeking, is someone to be with them, right? You don't necessarily have to do anything, but to just be with and experience, and to say, I don't have to go through this all alone. You could share with me what's happened to you. And there's not judgment, there's not condemnation, there's tissues, there's compassion, there's connection.
Just the fact of being family. They have their families that they were born into, and then they have their family that they're surrounded by here. And they create these relationships and build a family based on the trust and the time that they put in and support and protecting each other. And they even help each other with their children, with their lives, help planning, or help nurturing and supporting. So it becomes a keepsake.
I think it's also great that it's 6 months to a year, right? Because I don't think people understand how difficult this work can be and how much time it really can take to start being internalized, and where people can actually start internalizing the information that and the opportunity they've been given, and then practicing it in their own lives.
There's a person in the residence now upstairs, and just to hear her laugh, she got her laugh back. And it's a belly laugh. Like, it is one of those, like, it echoes down the hall and just makes you want to laugh.
What they do here for these women, which is basically give them an opportunity to heal from their trauma, to heal from their substance use disorder, but also to do all of that and still be a mom. And being a mom, I understand like what an opportunity and what a gift that is.
I've changed in leaps and bounds in regards to me being a mother. Through the parent-infant mental health treatment that I received, my relationship with my children is so much different than I had growing up. And it means a lot to me. And I think that if I hadn't received that parent-infant mental health counseling, I wouldn't be the mom who I am today.
How did CGE expand and help my relationship with my older son, it gave it back to me. Because honestly, when I wasn't safe, he wasn't safe around me. And now that I am safe, having both my kids with me, enjoying themselves in our home is just, there's nothing better than that.
It's one hand literally helping the other, and it's not just a cliche. Like they live their principles.